In this video, we are going to learn about how we'll be doing of your direct proforma invoice. So what do you mean by a proforma invoice in ERP system? It is a preliminary non-accounting document issued by a seller to a buyer before the actual sales invoice, showing estimated details of goods or services proposed to be supplied. A proforma invoice is a quotation cum commitment document used for your approval, advance payment, budgeting, or import or export formalities, but it does not create accounting entries in ERP. So this term to be as your proforma invoices. So for example, if you take a supplier sends a proforma invoice for rupees 5 lakh to get a customer approval. So after approval and dispatch, the ERP generates the final sales invoice. So this slide consists of the details which are going to enter it on our proforma invoice screen at ERP. So which holds up your customer name and so followed up by the item and so proforma invoice quantity which you're going to enter it up and so the unit price. So this slide holds up your workflow approval process. So here we have two processes. One is of reviewing the document, another is of approving the document. So after the document that's been created by the user, the corresponding document will be getting forwarded for review to our supervisor, Dia, who will be reviewing the document. And so that corresponding document will be moving forward for approval to our manager, Purani, who will be the approver here. So this is how the workflow is going to be off. So now in order to create a proforma invoice, let's move on to our login page. And so this is a login page. Here, enter your username and password. Now click on login. Now click on sales. At transaction, you have your proforma invoice. Click over it. So there's a screen of your proforma invoice. So now in order to create it directly, you'll be clicking on this add icon. So here, elect your location. Your proforma invoice type may vary according to the type you're giving off. So where I've chosen it as direct. And so your document prefix, which will be set up at your voucher, followed up by your proforma invoice document date, where you can select over. And so the customer, that's of your green drive, followed by the currency. So after giving all such details, click on this tick icon. So a document gets created off. So in addition, you have your document number which has been generated automatically. So here your proforma invoice prefix where you'll be setting off. So after that, you'll be clicking on this tick icon so that your proforma invoice number will get generated. And followed by proforma invoice date, customer, currency, and so your payment term and input term. It defines the conditions and timeline under which the buyer must make payment to the seller, and it specifies when and how much the customer needs to pay after receiving goods or services. When it's of your Incoterm, that's international commercial term, it defines the responsibilities of buyer and seller in international or domestic trade, especially related to transportation, insurance, and risk transfer, and it specifies who bears the cost and risk of moving goods from seller to buyer. Then you have your ship through, whether by road or by sea or through air. Then comes your total amount. Then followed by a status that's of draft. So still it's on progress, it's of draft. When it's being posted and the approver will be approving the document, it will be turned to approved. Followed by a PAN number, Aadhaar number, and so your PAN while type, whether with PAN or Aadhaar or without PAN or Aadhaar. Then comes your advance percentage where you can give it off as per requirement. So now in order to add up your item, you'll be clicking on this add icon. If there is any sale order project reference that can be given over, and so the corresponding item. Where my proforma invoice quantity would be of 100, followed by the unit price. And you have your discount amount. Then you have your HSN and SAC codes, a harmonized system of nomenclature, a system of classification for goods under GST, When it's of your SAC, that's your Service Accounting Code, a system of classification for services under your GST, in your tax percentage. After selecting a HSN code, you'll be clicking on the stick icon. So based on it, your tax percentage will be reflecting over where you have your CGST amount and SGST amount, and depends upon your line detail, the total amount gets calculated over here. So then you have your details. So when you click over it, it consists of your CPC code, and so followed up by your GST details, says line detail amount, and so on. So after giving your tick icon that's of save, the remaining icons will be getting displayed over. So that's of your details, action, and attachment. So if you want to attach any folder, you can click over this attachment. So if you do not want this line to get proceed further, you can click on this bin icon and so add up a new item. And then you have your detail. So when you click over it, it holds up your discount details followed by customer details and your CPC codes or line amount details, GST details, and so on. So if you're giving any changes over here, you can click over the stick icon so that it will be getting saved up. So if you have added any charge items, you can click over this include charge. So now let's click on post. And so now the document will be getting forwarded for review to Diya, who's our supervisor. So in order of that, click on OK. Document has been forwarded now. So if you look at the status over here, it's of entry completed. Now let's log in as a Diya. And now click on login. So now click on this bell icon, go to your approvals. So here the document has been followed up. So when you click on this detail icon, document will be getting viewed over here. So where you can have a review of it and click on approve. Now the document will be getting forwarded for Purani, who is our approver as well as manager. So in order of that, click on OK. So document has been forwarded for approval. Now let's log in as Purani. Click on login. So here click over this bell icon, go to approvals. Click on this detail icon. So this is a corresponding document that has been forwarded from your user, and so it's been reviewed by the supervisor, and now in order to approve, it's been to your approver. So now let's click on approve. Now click OK, and so document has been approved. Now let's go and watch the status at your Proforma invoice. So if you look at the status, it's been changed to invoice. So when you click on this print icon, a report gets generated. And so this is a report of our Proforma invoice. So where it holds up the details that's been given off, and at below it holds up the calculations based upon your tax, and so the discount where it displays your total amount. So this is how you'll be generating a report. So this is what is your Proforma invoice and how you'll be creating off. Thank you for watching.